In the world of combat sports, there are few names as iconic as Mike Tyson and Dean Ambrose. One is a legendary boxer whose name strikes fear into the hearts of even the toughest opponents, while the other is a fearless wrestler known for his unorthodox style and undeniable grit. But what happens when these two larger-than-life figures who have dominated their respective worlds collide in the ring? This isn't just another match. It's the ultimate showdown between the raw, unrelenting power of Tyson and the chaotic, unpredictable energy of Ambrose. The anticipation is electric, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Will the power of Tyson's fists prove too much for Ambrose, or will the wrestling star's cunning and resilience be enough to outwit the former heavyweight champion? As the tension builds, there's only one thing that's certain. Someone's about to get knocked out, but who? The atmosphere is thick with intensity as the crowd roars in excitement. It's not just a fight, it's a clash of eras, a meeting of legends from different worlds. Tyson, a man who once reigned as the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history, steps into the ring with the same ferocity that made him a household name. His reputation precedes him: devastating punches, quick knockouts, and a presence that has terrified opponents for decades. Ambrose, on the other hand, is known for his unpredictable and often wild nature. His background in professional wrestling has made him a master of mind games and a fighter who's never afraid to get his hands dirty. The contrast between Tyson's disciplined, methodical approach to combat and Ambrose's chaotic, off-the-cuff style creates an unpredictable atmosphere that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Tyson's legacy in the world of boxing is etched in stone. A man who took down the best and conquered the ring with terrifying precision. He's the epitome of power and dominance. His punches are not just physical blows. They're a statement, a reminder of his reign during the golden age of boxing. Yet, as he stares across the ring at Dean Ambrose, there's something different in the air. Ambrose isn't intimidated. In fact, he seems to embrace the challenge, his eyes locked on Tyson with a hint of mischief. The crowd is divided. Some believe Tyson's experience and sheer force will be too much for the wrestler to handle, while others wonder if Ambrose's unpredictable style will be enough to throw the legendary boxer off his game. Ambrose isn't just a competitor, he's a strategist. Unlike Tyson's raw power, Ambrose thrives in chaos. He's used to the noise, the unpredictability of a fight where anything can happen. He's a street brawler, a man who can take a beating and keep going. And while Tyson has the brute force, Ambrose has the mind games, the ability to manipulate the flow of a match, to play his opponent like a chess piece. As Tyson squares off in the ring, there's no telling whether Ambrose's trickery will make him second-guess every move, or if the boxer's sheer force will leave Ambrose on the canvas, staring up at the lights. The clash of these two titans feels almost surreal. Tyson's career is built on knocking out opponents in the blink of an eye, with punches that could change the course of a fight in an instant. Ambrose, though, is known for his unpredictability, his resilience, and his willingness to do whatever it takes to win. As the crowd watches, their excitement grows. The unpredictability of this match is almost too much to handle. With every second that ticks by, the tension in the air rises. Who will crack under the pressure first? Will Tyson's legendary endurance and knockout power prevail? Or will Ambrose's wild, fearless attitude throw Tyson off his game in a way he's never experienced before? The bell rings, and the fight is underway. Tyson moves like a panther, circling his prey with careful precision. His eyes narrow as he sizes up Ambrose, his fists ready to strike. But Ambrose isn't backing down. He's right there in the thick of it, taunting Tyson, testing his patience, and daring him to make the first move. The energy in the arena is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, and the tension could be cut with a knife. In the blink of an eye, Tyson throws a crushing right hook, his signature move. But Ambrose, ever the unpredictable figure, manages to duck, narrowly avoiding disaster. The crowd erupts in disbelief. For a moment, Tyson seems almost taken aback. Was he expecting Ambrose to fold under the pressure? Did he think the wrestler would crumble at the first sign of danger? But Ambrose isn't just any wrestler. He thrives in chaos, and the wilder things get, the more dangerous he becomes. The crowd watches in awe as Ambrose counters with a brutal elbow to Tyson's jaw, leaving the boxer momentarily stunned. It's a move that catches Tyson off guard. Ambrose's resilience proving to be more of a challenge than Tyson had anticipated. Tyson shakes it off, his eyes now burning with intensity, and the crowd is left wondering, has the game just changed? As the match continues, Tyson starts to realize that this won't be an easy victory. Ambrose, with his gritty, unconventional style, is proving to be a far tougher opponent than he originally thought. Every punch Tyson lands seems to be met with something unpredictable from Ambrose, whether it's a cheap shot, a low blow, or a sudden shift in tactics. The fight has become a battle, not just of strength, but of mental toughness, and now Tyson is forced to fight in ways he never anticipated. But even as Ambrose continues to press Tyson, there's still a lingering question in the air. Can the wild, unrelenting energy of Ambrose outlast the brutal power of Tyson? Will his resilience and unpredictable nature be enough to take down one of the most feared fighters in history? The crowd waits with bated breath, their eyes glued to the ring as the battle rages on, knowing that at any moment, everything could change. And just as it seems like the match is reaching its peak, the lights flicker. Is it part of the show or something more? Just as Tyson and Ambrose continue to trade blows in the ring, something strange happens. The arena lights flicker once again, and for a split second, everything goes dark. A murmur of confusion sweeps through the crowd, and both fighters pause, their focus shifting from each other to the uncertainty surrounding them. Was it just a glitch, or is there something more at play here? The tension in the air reaches a fever pitch as the lights return, but now there's a palpable shift. The crowd is on edge, unsure of what to expect next. Tyson, usually the picture of control, looks around, his senses heightened, while Ambrose, forever the master of unpredictability, grins as if he knows something no one else does. In the blink of an eye, the unexpected twist arrives. A figure, cloaked in shadows, appears at the edge of the ring. The crowd roars in confusion and excitement as the mysterious person steps forward, casting an ominous presence over the battle. Ambrose's eyes flash with recognition, but he doesn't break his focus from Tyson. The stranger doesn't make a move, simply standing there, watching, waiting. The moment feels suspended in time. Tyson, usually so accustomed to being in control of any situation, now finds himself thrown off balance, distracted by the stranger's presence. Could it be a part of Ambrose's mind games, or is there something more sinister unfolding? Ambrose's grin widens. He's used to chaos, but this is something else entirely. He steps toward Tyson, throwing wild punches, but Tyson's responses have slowed. He can't stop looking at the mysterious figure standing just outside the ring. Ambrose seizes the moment, landing a quick jab to Tyson's midsection. The boxer stumbles, his concentration momentarily shattered by the eerie figure. The crowd is buzzing, torn between what's happening in the ring and the mystery that seems to have appeared out of nowhere. Was this just another tactic from Ambrose to get into Tyson's head, or has the mysterious figure come to alter the course of the match? Suddenly, the figure steps forward into the light, and the crowd gasps. It's another wrestler, a familiar face to Ambrose, but one that Tyson has never seen before. The crowd's reaction is mixed, some recognizing the figure from previous confrontations, while others are left in confusion. This is no ordinary person. They've come to disrupt everything. The mystery deepens as the newcomer begins to taunt Tyson from the sidelines, shouting insults, but never entering the ring. Ambrose sees the opportunity and strikes again, this time landing a full-force elbow to Tyson's chest. Tyson stumbles back, clearly thrown off balance by the distraction. Now, everything is in question. Tyson, used to dominating his opponents with ease, is in uncharted territory. The calm, calculated boxer has been rattled, and Ambrose smells blood. The wrestler presses his advantage, attacking with reckless abandon, throwing wild punches that barely seem to land, but are enough to keep Tyson on edge. Yet, the figure outside the ring watches silently, observing every move, never intervening, just feeding the tension that has been steadily rising. Is the newcomer waiting for the perfect moment to strike, or are they here just to ensure that Ambrose has the upper hand? The audience is now caught in a whirlwind of confusion and excitement. Every move, every punch, every moment in the ring feels like it could be the turning point. Tyson is no longer the predator. He's the one being hunted. Ambrose continues to press him, but Tyson fights back with every ounce of his strength. Yet, the distraction is taking its toll. The lights flicker again, and this time, the figure in the shadows moves closer to the ring, a silent presence in the chaos. The crowd is divided now more than ever. Some are chanting for Tyson, believing that he'll reclaim control and land that knockout punch. Others are behind Ambrose, cheering for the underdog who has turned the fight into a spectacle of unpredictability. But amid the noise, one thing becomes clear. This match is no longer just about Tyson and Ambrose. The arrival of this new figure has shifted the focus of the entire event. What's their role in this? And what are they waiting for? The fight continues, but now it's not just about brute strength. Ambrose is turning the match into a mental game, testing Tyson's ability to stay focused. Tyson, once so dominant, is now a boxer trapped in a world he didn't expect. Every time he thinks he has Ambrose cornered, the wrestler escapes with a move so unorthodox that Tyson has to reset, recalibrate, and prepare for the next phase of the fight. It's a chess match now, but one where Tyson's opponent is a master of the game, and he's playing with his mind just as much as his fists. As Ambrose moves in for another strike, Tyson suddenly drops to the mat. It's an unexpected move? Was it a moment of weakness? Or something more? The crowd gasps, unsure of what to make of it. Tyson isn't known for backing down. Was he caught off guard, or is he setting a trap? Ambrose hesitates for just a moment, his eyes flickering with doubt. This is the opening Tyson needs. But just as Tyson begins to rise, the lights cut out again, and the familiar, cold chill of uncertainty washes over the ring. In the blink of an eye, everything changes. The mysterious figure has entered the ring, and now there's no escaping it. Tyson and Ambrose are both surrounded. What happens next will determine the fate of both men and the outcome of a battle that has already surpassed anyone's expectations. The question now isn't just who will win, but who or what will emerge victorious in this chaotic storm. The audience can only watch, spellbound, as the story takes an even darker, unexpected turn. What is the figure's true intention, and how will it shape the fight that's spiraling toward an uncertain end? As the lights flicker and the atmosphere grows tense, the mysterious figure steps fully into the ring, standing between Tyson and Ambrose. The crowd falls silent, unsure of what to make of the newcomer's sudden involvement. Tyson and Ambrose exchange wary glances, both momentarily distracted by the stranger's presence. Ambrose, ever the wild card, takes a cautious step back, his eyes locked on the figure, assessing the situation. Tyson, however, stands tall, his fists clenched in fury, unwilling to let anyone, especially someone he doesn't recognize, take control of the fight he's worked so hard for. The figure doesn't speak a word. Instead, they move toward Tyson, who instinctively raises his fists, prepared to fight. But before Tyson can react, the stranger lunges, grabbing Tyson by the arm and twisting it behind his back with incredible force. Tyson grits his teeth, trying to break free, but the figure's grip is unrelenting. It's not just brute strength. It's an overwhelming precision that Tyson's used to giving, not receiving. Ambrose watches from the corner of the ring, his smirk widening as the situation unfolds. But then, in a moment of pure chaos, Ambrose seizes the opportunity. With a roar, He charges toward the figure, blindsiding them with a vicious tackle. The crowd erupts into applause, sensing that the tide of the match is shifting. Ambrose lands punch after punch, each blow landing with an intensity that seems to echo Tyson's earlier attacks. The mysterious figure staggers, briefly losing their grip on Tyson. In that split second, Tyson regains his footing and throws a powerful right hook that sends the figure stumbling back. For a moment, it looks like the two fighters have reclaimed control, but just as quickly, everything changes again. Suddenly, the mysterious figure rips off their hood, revealing a shocking truth. It's someone no one expected, someone who has been quietly watching from the shadows the entire time, an old rival of Tyson's, someone who had once disappeared from the scene, leaving behind nothing but whispers and rumors. The crowd collectively gasps. The identity of this figure hits like a lightning bolt, and Tyson's face twists with disbelief. It's the last person he ever thought he'd see again, a figure from his past, someone who once challenged his dominance in ways no one else ever could. Ambrose's jaw drops in shock as well. This isn't just a random interruption. It's a calculated move by someone who knows Tyson better than anyone else. The figure's reappearance is no accident. It's part of a much larger scheme that's been in motion for far longer than either Tyson or Ambrose could have imagined. Tyson, now realizing the gravity of the situation, snarls and steps forward, his focus shifting completely from Ambrose to this new threat. But before he can act, the figure raises a hand, signaling a stop. "I'm not here to fight you," they say coldly, their voice echoing throughout the arena. Ambrose's confusion grows, and Tyson's anger boils over. But the figure continues, revealing the true nature of their return. They were never after Tyson, not directly at least. Their goal wasn't to challenge Tyson's power, but to manipulate the fight, to force both men into a situation where they had no choice but to confront their pasts, their weaknesses, and ultimately each other. The figure had been orchestrating this match from the shadows, pulling strings that neither Tyson nor Ambrose had even realized were there. The chaos in the ring wasn't just random, it was planned. The revelation hits both fighters hard, shaking them to their core. Tyson, always the hunter, has been lured into a trap. Ambrose, ever the opportunist, now realizes he's been nothing more than a pawn in a much larger game. The tension between the two men is thick, the stakes higher than ever. Tyson, with a sneer, steps forward, his body trembling with pent-up anger. He doesn't care about the figure's motivations anymore. He's not gonna let anyone manipulate him. Ambrose, however, takes a step back, his calculating mind already racing with possibilities. He's not so easily swayed. In a final, explosive moment of realization, Tyson and Ambrose turn toward each other, no longer allies, but enemies once more. The figure watches, knowing their role in this showdown is complete. The two fighters charge at each other, a blur of fists, sweat, and fury. It's a battle of will now, more than strength, more than skill. Tyson's punches rain down on Ambrose, each one a desperate attempt to regain control, while Ambrose dodges and counters with his own unrelenting style. The fight is pure chaos, the crowd in a frenzy as the two legends clash with everything they have left. And then, as the final blow is about to land, the arena falls silent. Tyson's fist is poised in the air, but before it can reach Ambrose, the mysterious figure steps in between them, raising both arms to stop the fight. The two men freeze, their bodies inches away from the ultimate confrontation. In that moment, it becomes clear the true fight was never about Tyson and Ambrose. It was always about the game that was played behind the scenes, a game of manipulation, power, and control. The figure, satisfied with the outcome, turns and exits the ring without another word, leaving Tyson and Ambrose standing there, battered and broken but alive. The crowd, still in shock, slowly begins to realize the magnitude of what they've witnessed. In the end, there were no winners, only two warriors who had been pushed to their limits and forced to confront a larger force that neither of them had seen coming. The story ends with one last question lingering in the air. Who truly pulled the strings, and what will Tyson and Ambrose do next? The answer isn't clear, but one thing is for sure, this isn't the last time these two warriors will cross paths. The story has only just begun.